guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Today is the coldest day, at least they say it's the coldest day of the winter here in New York. They say it's going to be the single digits. However, we woke up this morning at 8 o'clock, right? Because my neighbor had rang the doorbell at 8 in the morning, waking my butt up, right? And she says, oh, I'm sorry to bother you. I saw a dog that looked just like Boba running around the neighborhood loose. But I can see that your dog is safely at home. So I feel kind of bad that there's some poor little golden doodle in this weather running around loose, you know. Anyway, today is just way too cold to do any wrenching outdoors, of course. But I'm going to go see my mom today in Queens, along with my dog and my wife and daughter, because they have a doctor's appointment in that area. I'm going to the shed because I actually need to get a measurement of those Yazoo keys. Remember that I picked that Yazoo keys walk behind commercial landscaper mower a while back? It was all rusted to hell and needed tons of parts, so I just basically stripped it for parts. I've had it in my shed for a long time. It's the spindles. He wanted to see if it would fit his Yazoo keys. That's a 61-inch wide. Maybe the spindles might be the same. I've had that green lawn boy with the Kohler engine on it. Well, when I got that, right, the, I forgot. When I got that, the air filter base was like in 15, 20 pieces. And of course I was too cheap to go and buy one, right? So I basically pieced it together. So it's like a jigsaw puzzle with crazy glue and silicone. Well, actually, I think when I went to 5-Speed Ash's house, right, he was throwing away a bunch of stuff, and I think one of those things was a Kohler air filter base cover. So I'm going to bring that over to my mom's house, see if I can change it. Might as well have a good one instead of a bad one, right? This paint actually came out okay, given the... Oh, this is nice. Paint actually came out okay, considering it was so cold, right? I was worried about the curing, whether or not it would cure correctly. So that looks great, huh? Instead of wiping that stuff off, I taped the words Craftsman, just so I wouldn't cover the words Craftsman. It's frozen on here, man. There we go. Hey, 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 hey! Not bad, huh? Alright, alright, alright. Alright, alright, alright. That looks okay. I don't know, it's cold, but not that cold. Not single digits. They said single digits. Definitely not single digits. It's cold. That looks pretty good. So a lot of you guys commented on where I should move to. I appreciate all the input. But some of you guys said, why don't you move to Massachusetts or Delaware or stuff like that? And I'm like, no, 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 no. The reason why I'm leaving New York, or plan to, is because the cost of living and also the cold weather. Do you understand? So if I move to Massachusetts, isn't that exactly the same as New York? Actually, it might be colder. The only thing is they might get a little bit more snow than we do on certain years. But I went to school in Massachusetts, UMass. Park the car in Harvard Yard. Get out of here! I hate that accent. It drives me absolutely insane. No, I'm not going to Massachusetts or Delaware. If I'm going to go somewhere, man, it's got to have sun. Because it's got to have sun. Ooh, it's gotta have sun. So this is the inside of my shed. I'm sorry, I know you guys can't see it very well. But I've got like 10 years worth of wood in here. which I never really use, and I really should use it because, as you can see over the years, the wind blows the shed, the side walls, and then some of that wood has started to collapse to the left. If I didn't have that bin over there, don't think I could ever get that bin out of there. There's no way, okay? So I might have to start using some of this wood because it's going to all collapse. Oh boy. It's all going to start collapsing on my stuff. I've thought I had a good system here where I got those shelves, you know, that I put up so I can put boxes and boxes of stuff. I know exactly what are in these boxes, okay? They're all engine parts from like 5 or 6 different engines that I've stripped down. I've got a ton of tires too, wheels actually. They all come with rims, right? But they all have slow leaks, right? And dry rot, all of them. Got a couple of 20s, which I have 2 8-inch tubes that I like to put in them, so at least I can get a couple of 20s up. But yeah, 3 rows of tires here. 4 rows. I've got a lot of tires. I've got like 25 wheels from different tractors. Lots of parts too. Of course, the thing I'm looking for I can't find. You identify this one? I could sell that. It's a cage for a backpack blower. Haha! If I'm not mistaken, this is a air cleaner cover for a Kohler, and it's intact. The one at my mom's house has been crazy glued all over the place. So since that's a keeper for my mom's house as a backup to the Murray Black Beauty, I'm going to bring this, see if it's exactly the air cleaner base, and swap it out over there. It's got to keep the good stuff for my own stuff. So here are the 2 Yazoo keys, spindles that I have for a walk behind. Found them pretty easily. It's been sitting in my shed for quite a while. I have them listed for 50 bucks. Shipping would be a doozy though. These things are heavy. So I went to go see my mom, and I brought this bracket with me. This bracket over here for my, well, for her Lawn Boy Kohler engine, right? But then I got into an argument with her about the usual mother-son stuff, you know what I mean? We ended up screaming at each other for like an hour or 2, so it was not a good situation. You know, I get like that sometimes with my mom because she's by herself all the time since my dad passed away. She's still trying to cope with his passing for the past 5 years. So she's lonely and depressed and stuff, and I understand, you know, but I'm not going to be her punching bag, you know what I'm saying, every time I see her. But anyway, so I'm home now. I obviously didn't fix it, whatever. But I was looking through the garage, trying to vent a little bit, you know, and my dad has some tools that obviously she doesn't need, you know. And so I just brought back some screwdrivers, you know, needleless pliers, and I always need a good pair of side cutters, you know what I mean. And we also had this really cool small hammer. You know, sometimes you want to get the places, you know what I mean? Drill bits. I never have good drill bits, even though these are black oxide, you know. I guess these are for wood. The gold ones are for metal. Platinum ones are for, I don't know. Small little socket set here. Could always use that. So the weatherman said that today was going to be the coldest day of the year. Single digits. 34. Sun is blazing. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's cold, okay? But it's not like single digits, you know what I mean? Weatherman is always wrong. It's the only job in America where you can be wrong 90% of the time and still keep your job. American Meteorological Society, here I come. This is the piece of crap 4-stroke single stage Craftsman snowblower that my buddy Jason of Pattay gave me. It's one of 6 items that he gave me. I have 4 items here because 2 of the items was the 2 Karcher power washers that I traded Mondo from Mondo Mowers for my Murray. That was a good trade because that Murray turned out great, you know. Anyway, so I was really contemplating whether or not I should even fix this because looky here. I don't even know what this is. Look at that. I mean, it's holding. You know what I mean? Of course, you can see it's missing the chute. I believe Jason has it. He just needs to give it to me. Ooh, if anything, what does this mean? That's right, 2 extra keys. These keys work on Craftsman, well, not just Craftsman, pretty much every lawn tractor's ignition switch could take these keys. Yeah, some of you are saying, but Henry, that's not true. I've seen 3 or 4 different kinds of patterns of keys. This won't fit a John Deere or a Husqvarna. I say, yes, it does, because all you have to do is force it in there and turn it so that you make a bigger hole where that black plastic is. If you make a bigger hole to accommodate the width of the most widest part of the key, you'll see that it goes in and turns. I've used screwdrivers to start it. Of course, I am from New York. You can use a screwdriver and do anything in New York. So it's missing like a flange for, you know, this thing to come out smoothly. This actually, the primer bulb seems to work. I don't think there's any gassage. That's gassage. As you can see here, I don't know what the story is with this, you know. I just don't know what the story is. Don't know why. Seems like it has compression. Guess what else it has? That's right. It's got electric start. As you know, with these single stage snowblowers, or actually even the dual stage ones where it has electric start, you stick your power extension cord into there and you press the button. I was selling a snowblower and some guy inquired about it on my Let Go. And he says to me, you guys are going to love this one. He says, hey, do you work on machines? Because I see you're selling like 30 things, you know? I says, well, actually I have like 50 things. But anyway, he says, maybe you can help me. I stick the electric cord into my electric start. How long do I have to keep it in there for it to charge before I can start it? And I said, what are you, some kind of a nut or something? You get all kinds, I'm telling you. Anyway, should I try to start this thing? Just for the hell of it, I'm gonna try to start this thing. Since I don't have any gas, I'm using Scott Keller gas. That's right, it's called Scott Keller gas because it's ethanol free. He brought it to me a while back when we traded a snowblower for an engine. That's right. And he gave me money too. That's a good deal for me. I hope you think it's a good deal for you, Scott. Anyway, so this is ethanol-free gas. I'm not going to go nuts. I'm just going to put some in. This is a 4-stroke, so it takes straight gas. Ooh, that's enough. I don't want to waste this good stuff here. You can keep this gas in there for years and it'll be all right. The reason why I know that is because I was in my parents' garage about a year or two ago, and he had a couple of jugs of gas that seemed like it might be from the 80s. I mean, I'm not kidding you. This gas was like sitting there for like 20 years. You know what I mean? I put it in some tractors, ran great. Ran better than I've ever heard that thing run. You know what I mean? So I'm a believer. Even though stale gas is stale, right? If it doesn't have any ethanol in it, man, it'll run. Proof. I know it doesn't sound like it would, but it worked. That should be enough to prime, hopefully. Doesn't seem like it is, though. This is the choke. I don't know if it's... it might be there. You know what? The ignition key doesn't click. It's free. It free rolls. So this is gonna need a lot of work. It's not gonna start because the switch is probably busted. Holy cow! Wow, I'm amazed. To start. Excuse me as I have a heart attack. So now that we can see that it kind of starts, we know that the switch is at least working for the on part of it, even though it freewheels, see? But it starts, which means that the switch is not preventing the magneto from giving off a spark. So it's not grounded, even though it's loose. See, there's no clicking. But at least it's on the on position. We could do a quick and dirty, but this spark plug access is only for the spark plug. You can't really reach the carburetor. Carburetor, as you can see, the choke lever is here. The carburetor is right around here. Only way to get there is to remove these 6 or 8 3/8 bolts. Guess if you wanted to do a quick and dirty, this is not really called a quick and dirty, because if it was quick and dirty, it would be quick. This is not quick. But once I get this cover off, I'm going to see if I can do a quick and dirty. Years ago, before I got an impact, I was using a screwdriver for this. Of course, the spark plug access is blocking this bolt. So I'm just going to... Ooh! Ooh! Ow! Ah! The Adventures of Henry. Small engine machines. It's always interesting. see the choke lever just came off. Why won't this?
Henry, you're gonna break it.
Right. Who's holding this? F this, F that. Oh, God. The hell is holding it? Oh, man. Don't tell me I gotta remove this.
Henry, remove that.
Looks like I'm gonna have to remove this. Oh, man, there's a 4 on this side. Jesus Cristo. That's it. Oh, that's right, because this thing is jigged over here. Melted, like permanente, you know what I mean? Holy cow. I'm just gonna break it because this looks like hell.
Henry, just ruined that guy's work.
His work sucked.
You suck, Henry.
Alright, so now you got, I wonder what I did with that choke lever now. Now you got the carburetor exposed. Okay, we can do a quick and dirty now. As you can see, the carburetor is exposed. I have a rag over there in case it spills out gas, but because we have it on the service position, right, gas is not flowing in here, but there still is going to be gas. This is a 1/2-inch wrench. Very easily, I just turned it. Which is a good sign because it means that it's probably still wet inside and lubricated.
Henry, what are you working outside for? It's cold today. Henry, I thought this video was going to be a short video today.
It's supposed to be very short because I didn't anticipate working outside today. Here we go. Let's check out the condition. You guys saw that? You like that? I believe it's got a little bit of water in it. It's syrupy. And I could see a water bubble in there. Some hairs. Some kind of debris. Here, look. See that? H2O. That'd be water. That'd be water. Pretty clean though. Water's no good though. Let me put this back down again. And you see, yeah, stuff's leaking. Gas doesn't seem to be dripping in there because it's gravity fed, right? Here, look. This is enough to make you go crazy. So look, it's gravity fed, right? But it's leaking like a mother at the output area of the tank. It needs a new hose. Look at the incline that it needs to go up. right? Got this big U here. It's too long, you know. Gas has to freely flow to the carburetor, and it makes it have to go really high up there. I might have to drain the whole gas tank. I put the machine on its side because when it's on its side, it's impossible for the gas to get out of the output. So I won't have gas continuously dripping and spilling, you know what I mean? I'm gonna show you guys something. It has one of these hose clamps on here, right? I had to get a stubby screwdriver to get it in there, otherwise there's no way for me to turn it because it's inside. Managed to loosen it up, pull the hose out. Look what I see here. This part is Dunsky! Completely Dunsky. So I'm gonna cut the part over here where it's still good using the new side cutters I got from my mom's house. It's not collapsed on the inside. Still kind of rubbery. I'm going to just put this back on again. I'm going to try to shorten that line. The other end of this is also cracked to hell. So I'm going to chuck this. I'm going to get a new line put in, shorter and a direct shot from the tank straight to the carburetor. Unfortunately, I have to drain that gas because I don't know if there's water in the gas tank. Why isn't there any gas coming out? I just put gas in there, right? Must it all have leaked out? Where'd the gas go?
Henry, what are you doing? That's obscene.
What? You never blew into a hole before?
Still obscene, Henry.
So you see what I did here? The line is going straight down, and instead of drooping down like this, right, it's up above this, straight into the carburetor here. This nozzle, where it's a 90-degree angle nozzle, was pointed downwards. So if you point it upwards and have it going exactly parallel to the machine, and then down from the gas tank, it is free flowing. So I feel pretty good about the new gas line that I put in. Now to ensure that we've got all the water out of the gas tank, right? We don't want any water in there. I'm gonna blow into this hole again. There we go. So we've got no gas in here, no water. There's no gas or water in the fuel line, and there's now no gas or water in the carburetor. So it's free from any water, okay? Now the carburetor seems very clean. It just had water in it. You could tell by how clean the fuel bowl is, right? But just to make sure, I'm going to use some carb cleaner. Today I'm using multi-purpose parts cleaner and degreaser from my friends at Lucas Oil. Blow up into the emulsion tube, which is where most of the fuel goes.
Henry, you're making a mess.
Shut up. The hole here for the prime. This can's almost done ski. It almost has no air in it. This is the line for the primer. And look. Look, look, look. it's not even connected to the primer. As a matter of fact, it's cracked. This whole machine was done so. Both sides are cracked. So it's not going to stay onto the two nozzles. So I don't know if it's going to reach, you know. I don't know if I have another one, but I'm going to cut it here. I'm gonna. Seems pretty hard. When it's hard, it's no good. It has to be rubbery, but not soft, because it's soft, it's collapsed. Get it? Got it? Good. So let's see. It's hard. Maybe because it's so hard, it's brittle. Yeah. It's not rubbery enough to get over. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. I think I've got it. Now, is it long enough to reach the primer? Shoot. May not be.
Make it work, Henry.
It's like right there. Maybe it'll work.
Just stretch it, Henry.
So that primer never worked at all. Aha! See? Now it's working. Before I didn't feel nothing. I'm sorry, I didn't feel anything.
That's what she said.
Shut up. Now I'm going to clean up the bowl a little bit. Put it on. Clean up the bowl nice and clean. However, I'm looking at this gasket and it looks smaller. It looks smaller now. Maybe it won't fit.
Make it fit, Henry.
Yeah, it's too small. And look, the gasket just came off. So maybe if I slip the gasket over the mold here and then put the bowl on. Now, if you want the gasket to be bigger, no problem. Just spray regular carb cleaner on it and it'll blow up like a balloon.
Why do you want that, Henry?
I don't want that.
Well, why did you tell them to do it?
If it's too small, it won't fit.
That's what she said, Henry.
Shh.
Henry, your friends think you're talking to yourself.
I am talking to myself.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
Oh, God. I've been aggravated all day today. Please leave me alone.
Try to chill out, Henry. Don't get aggravated.
Alright. What? What? Why? I'm going to tighten that. Okay, fellas. I just put gas in here, and it doesn't appear to be leaking. I didn't put on any of these shrouds yet. So I want to try it. Let's try the, ooh, I need the handle, choke handle. Gotta install the choke handle. That's choked. Let's see if the primer works now. Listen. Yep. Making a gurgling sound, so it's getting gas into the carb. It's on. What do you guys think? Will it start? It was quick and dirty, but it really wasn't very quick. another success. Today's video was supposed to be a small little video of me going to my mom's house, but I didn't think I was going to get into an argument with her. And just putting the backing of an air filter base onto a lawn boy with a Kohler engine on it. It was supposed to be just that. But because plans change all the time, and so you do something on the fly, just wondering if this thing will start. Now, if Jason would just give me the chute, I can put the chute on. As you saw when I tried to engage the auger, right? It wasn't moving at all for a while. It wasn't until it started gripping, if you will, you know? It's probably been a long time since this snowblower ran at all, because the belts were probably so worn, not worn, but hardened from not moving. It was stuck to maybe the pulley or something. But then after jiggling this a little bit more, it started gripping onto the belt, you know, less slippage. It might have been wet or whatever, but then it eventually gripped on. And once it starts gripping on at that kind of RPMs, right, it kind of resurfaces the inner part of the belt to be rubbery again, and therefore now it works. Clean that carb, drain the water from the tank, replace the fuel lines, and now it runs like a champ, man. Works great. If I wanted to, I could probably fix that, but you know what? I might just sell this for $50, you know, as it is. I'm going to put these covers back on. What a pain in the balls that is. Hey, I put all the covers on. Let's give her another try. Got this POS fixed. Runs great. Next episode, I'll probably get the chute from Jason. Check the Earl. And we're going to see if this electric start works. What do you guys think? Think the electric start will work? What's the issue that always happens on this? Strip gears or rusted to hell on the shaft that it won't extend or protrude up and down to grip the flywheel teeth. That is if the starter motor works at all. Thanks a lot for following me along today's episode. It wasn't as planned, but sometimes you just do things on the fly like that. Another piece of equipment fixed today. Another success story in 2020. We'll see you fellas next time on Mowers and Blowers. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. Hey guys, support my channel, buy a sticker. Also follow me on Instagram at Mowers Blowers. Check out my website, mowersblowers.com. See you guys on the next one. Have a great. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.